This team, man, I swear, I don't know what to make of these guys. I mean, I couldn't even force myself to do a post-game video last night after such an abysmal performance against the Miami Heat in a cup game on their own home floor, but I thought, well, alright, they got the Wizards tomorrow. Yeah, it's a back-to-back, but it's another home game. This will be an opportunity for a bounce-back win, hopefully a blowout win, where we can see some garbage time being played, but hey, the Bulls got the win, but one of the ugliest wins I've seen in a while. Certainly their ugliest win on the season this year. And like, I get it, a win is a win. At the end of the day, that's all that matters, is putting a W in that column. But this isn't one of those games that gives you confidence in this team's abilities in putting away bad teams. Not the best way to start off this cushy schedule of games they have here for the next couple of weeks. And look, I don't want to hear, oh, they were shorthanded, they didn't have Isaac Okoro, they didn't have Patrick Williams, two of their better defenders. It's the second night of back-to-back, it's their 5th game in 7 nights. You're playing a team that's only won 1 game on the season, a team that going into tonight had lost 13 straight. This is a bad Washington Wizards team, the worst team in the league. It should not have gone down to the wire like that, and the Wizards should not have led for 90% of this ball game. This should have been a game where the Bulls put these guys away early and give the main guys some rest on the second night of a back-to-back. Give the Wizards some credit though, because they played hard in this game. Like, they really wanted to end that losing streak. I tweeted this before the game, that the Bulls cannot take this team lightly because they're hungry and desperate for a win after losing 13 straight. And they sure came out hungry. They were fighting, they were aggressive on offense. Granted, the Bulls defense was terrible, especially in that first half where they gave up 70 points to this 1-14 Wizards team in the first half alone. I mean, I honestly was baffled at just how easy it was for the Wizards to drive to the basket like they were doing warm-up layups. Bulls were missing backdoor cutters and once again giving up way too many second chance points. They shored that up a bit in the second half where they started playing tighter defense, made better switches, didn't allow as many second chance points, but man, that has just been a common theme with this team over the past few games where they're giving teams so many opportunities to score by not boxing out and securing the rebound. The other thing is, and I know I'm just kind of ripping into this team at this point, I hate being that guy. Like, I always find Bulls fans who are overly negative to just be annoying, but they didn't even close out the game that well. Like, when you really think about it, they had a 5-point lead with less than 2 minutes to go. They let the Wizards take a 1-point lead with 30 seconds left to go. Like, after fighting so hard to finally come out and take the lead and hitting some big shots to put you up 5, you think, okay, they've got this now. The Wizards are crumbling. This is what they do. But then they blew that lead quickly. Then shortly after the inbounds play, the Wizards make a dumb play by fouling Tre Jones on a moving screen, which put them over the limit and sent the Bulls to the free throw line. They didn't even have to set up a play on offense. He makes both of them. The Wizards are now down 1. They come down on the other end and don't get a good shot off. The Bulls are in control, right? They use most of the clock with Kobe dribbling it out at the top of the key, but instead of trying to set up a play, he takes what I thought, anyway, wasn't a good shot. A step back 3 with a man in his face, nearly went down, went in and out, but that allowed the Wizards to go for the last shot and try and win the game. And then, of course, the Wizards, being the Wizards, a bad, inexperienced team, Bulls set the trap after the inbounds. They panicked. I believe it was George who had the ball, falls over and then just throws it out of bounds. It was good defense by the Bulls to force the trap, but most teams would have found a way to get out of that. And then, of course, the rest is history. Bulls inbound the ball with a little over a second to go. Tre Jones dribbles it out into the backcourt to avoid being fouled, and they win the game. So yes, the Bulls won the game, but even the execution down the stretch in those final seconds was more of a testament to some bad plays on the part of the Wizards that the Bulls just benefited from. That said, credit to the Bulls who, after the Wizards started making some runs, they would find ways to get right back into it. The Wizards actually pulled out in front of the Bulls in the second quarter to go up by as many as 16 points, but the Bulls closed the gap before heading into halftime to ensure they were still in this game, unlike last night against the Heat where they just let go and would not be able to come back into any point of that game in the second half. But to me, what was more concerning was not only how bad the Bulls defense looked without Isaac Okoro, but then their offense also was not executed well. Like, yes, the pace was there, the passing, the ball movement, the player movement, yeah, that all was there, but there were a lot of times where they looked lost whenever it came to driving to the basket, where they go in, they looked unsure about what they wanted to do with it, so then they would take it back out, throw it around to the perimeter to see who would take the shot. And then the shot selection at that point wasn't the best because they were already so late in the shot clock. Didn't help the Bulls shot so poorly in this game overall. I mean, 42% from the field, 12 for 44 from deep. A lot of those went in and out and just couldn't seem to fall down. What's crazy is that the Bulls only had 10 turnovers in this game. Like, they actually took pretty good care of the basketball. Like, you would think the reason the Wizards hung around so much in this game was the Bulls were just careless with the ball and kept making unforced turnovers. No, they just couldn't hit shots of their own. And like I said before, their defense at the same time was also abysmal. Shout out to some of these guys for having bounce back games though, namely Josh Giddey and Nikola Vucevic. I mean, no one had a good game last night, so I guess anything was an improvement from that game. But Vucevic feasted inside against an inexperienced Alex Sarr. He put up 28 points, 12 for 20 shooting, 3 for 7 from 3. Hit that big 3 with less than 2 minutes to go to put the Bulls up by 2 possessions. Vucevic has been insanely clutch this season. Like, it's actually wild to me that he might legitimately have a chance at Clutch Player of the Year. Granted, he's got to maintain this throughout the rest of the season, but based on what he's done so far and the way he's been executing in clutch game situations, he's got a chance. But 28 points for Vucevic, 12 boards, 2 assists, just 1 turnover. And then Giddey, triple-double, his 4th on the season already. Last season, he had 7 for the whole year, well on his way to passing that. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, but also 3 steals and a block. Got the free throw line a fair amount of times as well, went 6 for 7 from the line. Needed a good game from both Vucevic and Giddey in this one. Kobe, 3rd game on the season so far. I didn't like a lot of the shots Kobe took tonight. I thought he was trying to do a bit too much at times, and a lot of times while he was driving into the paint, he would get caught in midair and then not really know what to do with it and would end up turning the ball over. He had 4 of the Bulls' 10 turnovers. And he didn't shoot the ball especially well either. 6 for 16, 3 for 11 from 3. He did have 6 assists though and hit some timely threes when the Bulls really needed it. I'm not going to be too mad about it when it comes to Kobe. I know he's still getting back into the swing of things. I know he's probably still not 100% when it comes to that calf. And of course, he's still in a minutes restriction, even though I'm pretty sure he passed that yet again tonight. He was only supposed to play 28 minutes, but he ended up playing 31. Need to give it some time with Kobe, who only played 3 games so far. Modest had a solid game as well, was active in the paint on defense, had 3 blocks in this one, didn't shoot the 3 ball very well, but he did make that one that was clutch as it gave the Bulls their first lead in the second half with less than 4 minutes to go. He would finish with 13 points and 6 rebounds. And hey, we got to see Noah Senge for more than 13 seconds. He got some nice cardio in there, ran around for about 4 minutes, didn't do much, and then missed a corner 3. Hey, at least we got to see some minutes from him, and it wasn't garbage time minutes at that. Anyway, not a great game, ugly win, but it's a win. The Bulls improved to 9-7 on the season, and they've got the Pelicans, Hornets, and Pacers on the docket for the next 3 games. All teams that have fewer than 5 wins. So as long as the Bulls can get their stuff together, they may be looking at a 4-game winning streak, but I won't get my hopes up yet. They've got to play better than they did tonight. Ring of Honor tonight. That was nice, right? Seeing some of those guys get inducted into the Ring of Honor. They didn't announce any of the players' individual names. Probably a smart thing to do. I think John Paxson likely would have gotten booed by the crowd, and then we would have had another instance of what we experienced in the first Ring of Honor ceremony when, unfortunately, Jerry Krause's wife cried because the crowd booed him. That wasn't good. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the game. Let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.